the Appointed Times class. This is we're going to be covering Shabuoth, also known as weeks. What we have in front of you is the Appointed Times we find in Scripture. The first four on the left column is the ones that Yahusha has already completed. And we already covered Pesach, Matzah, Purim, and Shabuoth. In the right column, these are our fall appointed times, and they have not been completed, and they will be completed when Yahusha returns. Okay, with your left all, this is Yahusha's marker, and that when you see it in Scripture, this is him like saying, this is very important, look at it, and remember it. Because this is something that he put his personal mark on. And when we see the name of Yahuwah, it is actually Yahusha that is interacting with us. And remind ourselves that Yahuchanan 6:46, not that anyone has seen the Father except he who is from Elohim. He has seen the Father. And Yahusha means Yah, your deliverer, or more specifically, if you break down Yah, means I am your deliverer. And Yahuwah's days begin at sunset and they end at sunset. What is Shabuoth? Well, the Hebrew word is a plural word for week, so it just means weeks. And now, the day of, or Yom Shabuoth, is also referred to as a feast or the feast of weeks. It is a feast day. Shabuoth is our marriage anniversary, and it is one of 3 festivals that men over the age of 20 are to go to Yerushalayim. This annual feast day commemorates the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai between a husband, Yahusha, and his wife. Shabuoth first fruits is wheat. Now, for Purim, the first fruits was barley. And barley kind of symbolizes abundance and growth and things like that. Wheat has a very special meaning. And looking at Matthew, this we talked about how the reapers will come, separate the chaff from the wheat. Wheat is always referred to as the people. That's that symbolism. So in Matthew 13:12, just get it. His winnowing fork is in his hand, and he shall thoroughly cleanse his threshing floor and gather his wheat into the storehouse. But the chaff he shall burn with unquenchable fire. So we are the wheat. And also on this day is when the Ruach came and ascended to the rest and filled us up. It's so we, being us, we are given the Torah as a guide, and then we have the Ruach to guide us as well as and give us understanding of the Torah and what and who Yahusha is and what he wants from us. So even though this is a very kind of a simple day, it is super, super important. It is a really, really big deal for us. But it's just a simple feast day. So when is Shabuoth? In the 3rd month after the children of Israel had come out of the land of Mitzrayim. On this day they came into the wilderness of Sinai. But they set out from Rephidim and had come into the wilderness of Sinai and camped in the wilderness. So Israel camped there before the mountain. So 3 months after they came out of Mitzrayim is when this Shabuoth took place, or what will become Shabuoth took place. And this is when Moshe received the Torah. And Moshe went up to Elohim, and Yahuwah called to him from the mountain, saying, "This is what you are to say to the house of Jacob, and declare to the children of Israel. You have seen what I did to the Mitzrites, and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. And now, if you diligently obey my voice, and shall guard Lephtal, my covenant, then you shall be my treasured possession above all the people, for all the earth is mine. And we did talk about eagle's wings, referencing the protection of from eagle's wings, referencing how the Israelites were protected from Mitzrites as they were exiting Mitzrayim, and that these are probably Malach or angels. And you shall be to me a reign of priests and set apart nations. Those are the words which you are to speak to the children of Israel. And Moshe came and called for the elders of the people and set before them Lephtal all these words which Yahuwah commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yahuwah has spoken, we shall do. So Moshe brought back Lephtal the words of the people to Yahuwah. Now, what is important? How can we be priests and set apart and a set apart nation or a set apart people? Well, we need the Torah and we need the Ruach. Both of these will occur on this day, will be given to us. See, the Yamin are coming, declares Yahuwah, when I shall make a new covenant with the house of Yisrael, and with the house, with the Lephtal, the house of Yehuda. Not let the covenant I made Lephtal with their fathers in the Yam when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Mitzrayim. My covenant, which they broke, though I was a husband to them, declares Yahuwah. For this is the covenant I shall make with the house, with the Lephtal, house of Yisrael. After those Yamin, declares Yahuwah. I shall put Lephtal, my Torah, in their inward parts, and write it on their hearts. I shall be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. Ruach HaKodesh. That's how he does it. Again, given on this day. And from the morrow, after Shabbat, from the day that you brought the sheep of the Lephtal wave offering, you shall count for yourselves 7 complete Shabbats. Okay, now here we're talking about Bikurim, first fruits, during the week of Matzah. Until the morrow, after the 7th Shabbat, you count 50 Yamin. Then you shall bring a new grain offering to Yahuwah. That new grain offering is, of course, the wheat offering. So we have it 50 days after Bikurim. So Bikurim always occurs on the first day after the weekly Shabbat during the week of Matzah. So 50 days after that, again, always on the first day of the week after the weekly Shabbat is Shabuoth. And when the Yom of the Festival of Weeks, Shabuoth, had come, they were all with one mind and in one place. And suddenly there came a sound from the heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared to them divided tongues, as of fire, and settled on each one of them. And they were all filled with the Kadesh Ruach, and began to speak with other tongues, as the Ruach gave them to speak. Occurred on Shabuoth, after Yahusha sacrificed himself and resurrected himself, and then spent 40 days teaching his Talmudim. And then he departed and the Ruach descended. Now, when we do our upcoming meeting, we're going to read the entire chapter of Acts 2. And all this, again, goes with the importance for us as the wheat. And that is, Yahoo predicted, and no longer shall they teach each one Lephtal his neighbor, and each one Eleptal his brother, saying, Know Eleptal Yahuwah, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest of them, declares Yahuwah. For I shall forgive their crookedness and remember their sin no more. So Shabuoth, very easy day, as far as like, it's not a lot of things to do. It's a festival day. But two so important things occurred for his Talmudim. And it sets us up to be the teachers, to be the kings, and also where it sets everyone up to be able to know and understand Yahuwah. So this year, Shabuoth begins at sunset on 15th of June and ends on the 16th of June. You do no snowbound work. In other words, you don't go and work for pay or anything like that. It is a feast day, so you can prepare your meals and enjoy. And as a reminder, it's always the first day of the week following the weekly Shabbat. And it is an anniversary of our wedding. So what we do at our house, we read the 10 Devarim, because that's our wedding vows. And for scriptural references, and this again is what we're going to go through when we, on an upcoming meeting on Wise Guys, we're going to go through these. So we'll have more in-depth reading and understanding what took place. Pretty straightforward. Any questions?